Ladies and gentlemen, champions of life today, I stand before you to delve even deeper into a subject that is paramount for your personal growth, well-being, and resilience in our ever-challenging world. I want to talk about setting healthy boundaries, the very bedrock of your resilience. Are you ready to embark on an extensive journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and transformation? Let us delve deep into the art of setting healthy boundaries. Imagine a lush, vibrant garden teeming with vibrant flowers and flourishing greenery. People from far and wide come to admire its beauty. However, there's something hidden beneath this allure: the fence. You see, the gardener understands that without a fence, this exquisite garden would be trampled upon, and its beauty would wither away. Your life is much like that garden, and setting healthy boundaries is like constructing that fence. Without them, your life's beauty can be trampled upon and lost. In a world inundated with ceaseless demands, constant distractions, and relentless pressures, the importance of healthy boundaries cannot be overstated. They serve as your shield, your fortress, and your path to resilience. Without them, you risk becoming overwhelmed, stressed, and ultimately depleted. So what's the crux of the matter? The problem is that many of us are oblivious to the power and necessity of setting boundaries. We live in a society that often pushes us to say yes to everything, to please everyone, and to relegate our own needs and desires to the shadows. This, my friends, is a recipe for disaster. Lack of awareness, and too frequently, we traverse our lives without a clear understanding of our own boundaries. We don't know where to draw the lines, or worse yet, we don't even realize that lines should exist. This lack of awareness leaves us vulnerable, susceptible to stress, and often leads to burnout. Fear of rejection. Then, there's the fear of rejection. We tremble at the prospect of setting boundaries, terrified that we'll be perceived as selfish, uncooperative, or even unlikable. The dread of judgment and criticism looms large. Consequently, we allow people to trample over our gardens, our lives, guilt and people-pleasing. And let us not forget the insidious demons of guilt and people-pleasing. We frequently feel guilty when we utter that two-letter word, no, even when it's imperative for our well-being. We bend over backward to ensure the happiness of others, even at the expense of our own happiness and health. This relentless people-pleasing can be a one-way ticket to exhaustion and despair. Emotional exhaustion and burnout. Furthermore, the constant erosion of our boundaries often leads to emotional exhaustion and burnout. We give and give until we have nothing left to offer. Our physical, mental, and emotional reserves become depleted, leaving us feeling drained and overwhelmed. Relationship strain. Unsurprisingly, failing to establish healthy boundaries can also strain our relationships. Whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues, the absence of clear boundaries can result in conflicts, misunderstandings, and resentment. It can erode the foundations of even the most meaningful connections. But here's the silver lining, my friends, a path out of the darkness, a way to transmute your life, to erect that fence around your garden, and to protect your beauty. It's called the 4 Steps to Resilience through setting healthy boundaries. Step 1. Self-awareness. First and foremost, you must embark on a journey of self-awareness. You need to know where your garden begins and ends. Dedicate time to introspection. What are your values? What are your limits? What drains your energy and what fuels your soul? When you truly understand yourself, you can begin to draw the lines. Start a journal to document your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. Seek feedback from trusted friends or a therapist to gain insight into your blind spots. Meditate or practice mindfulness to connect with your inner self. Step 2. Communication skills. Once you are acutely aware of your boundaries, you need the tools to communicate them effectively. Remember, boundaries are not about saying no to others, they're about saying yes to yourself. Learn how to express your needs assertively and respectfully. Practice your communication skills, and don't shy away from those potentially uncomfortable conversations. Role-play scenarios with a friend or therapist to practice assertive communication. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs without blaming or accusing others. Set clear and specific boundaries, such as specifying your availability or the type of behavior you find unacceptable. Step 3. Self-compassion. Setting boundaries often necessitates overcoming the fear of rejection and the guilt that can accompany it. To conquer these demons, you require self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Remember that you deserve respect just like anyone else. Engage in self-affirmations to boost your self-esteem and self-worth. Practice self-compassion exercises, such as writing a compassionate letter to yourself. Challenge negative self-talk and replace it with affirmations that reinforce your self-worth. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends and loved ones who uplift and validate your feelings. Practice and perseverance. Lastly, setting boundaries is a skill, my friends. It takes practice and unwavering determination. Commence with small, manageable boundaries and gradually increase their complexity. Do not be disheartened by setbacks or the initial discomfort. Each time you reinforce your boundaries, you fortify your resilience. Start with low-stakes situations to practice asserting your boundaries. Reflect on your experiences and learn from each encounter, whether it's a success or a challenge. Remember that setting boundaries is an ongoing process, and it's okay to adjust them as needed. And here we stand, at the culmination of our expedition towards setting healthy boundaries, towards erecting that fence around your exquisite garden of life. Yet, what does all this signify for you right now? It signifies that you hold the power to transform your life. You possess the capability to shield your beauty, your peace, and your happiness. You wield the tools to become more resilient than you ever thought possible. Commence the implementation of these steps today. Begin by diving deep into self-awareness, understanding your boundaries intimately. Next, hone your communication skills and always remember to be gentle with yourself along the way. And never forget, resilience is not about never getting knocked down. It's about summoning the courage to rise each time you fall. In the words of Maya Angelou, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." Your boundaries will be your shield against the tempests of life, but you must make the conscious choice to raise that shield. So, my champions, venture forth and set those healthy boundaries. Protect your garden, nurture your beauty, and embrace your resilience. Your life will thank you for it, and so will the world. The time for change is now, and you have the capability to make it happen. Remember, you've got this.